There's just no end in sight to the Tories' troubles in the United Kingdom. In the latest, a second lawmaker has now defected to the opposition camp. This time, it was Natalie Elphicke. She represents the Dover constituency. In a statement, she said, and I'm quoting, "Under Rishi Sunak, the Conservatives have become a byword for incompetence and division." Labour leader Keir Starmer took the opportunity to question the current government's credibility.
If 1 week a Tory MP who's also a doctor says the Prime Minister can't be trusted with the NHS and joins Labour, and the next week the Tory MP for Dover, on the front line of the small boats crisis, says the Prime Minister cannot be trusted with our borders and joins Labour, what is the point of this failed government staggering on?
While Starmer seemed delighted, not everyone was happy in the Labour camp. To many, it was a surprise because Elphicke is seen as one of the most right-wing leaders the UK has to offer. She has criticised the party for grabbing more in taxes and not being quote-unquote serious about stopping small boat crossings. But today, as she sits on the Labour side, it will be interesting to see how she jointly works with members she has vehemently criticised in the past. Rishi Sunak has been brave with the defeat in the local elections. He spoke about a hung parliament. Now Sunak thinks local elections will have no bearing on general elections. Only policies do.
Well, Mr. Speaker, this time last year I reminded him of some advice, actually, from his own mentor, Tony Blair, who had said at the time he can be as cocky as he likes about local elections, but come a general election, it's policy that counts, Mr. Speaker.
Now, to take this further, we are being joined by Dr. Nigel Fletcher from London. He's a political analyst and commentator. Dr. Fletcher, good to see you on WION. My first question to you is, do you think what happened in the local elections and the mayoral elections was the most visible turnaround of sorts in the political landscape in the United Kingdom?
Well, the results from the elections at the weekend was really confirmation of what we've been seeing in the opinion polls, which is that the Labour Party are very far ahead of the Conservative Party, and on the projections that we're seeing from the kind of swings that they're getting in those elections, it does set the Labour Party on course for winning that general election. There was some controversy over the claim that you mentioned just then by Rishi Sunak that it might point to a hung parliament. There are some reasons why the local election results aren't directly comparable with the potential general election result. And since the weekend, we've now seen another poll showing Labour even further ahead, the Conservative Party falling even further in their opinion poll rating, and the Labour Party now 30 points ahead of them. It's quite an extraordinary picture. So I think that the local elections were, by any measure, disastrous for the Conservative Party. They saw that their vote share massively reduced. They were overtaken by the Liberal Democrats, who beat them into third place. They lost a parliamentary by-election. They lost their mayor of the West Midlands. All sorts of results that just showed a huge swing against the Conservative Party. So all of the signs pointing to a massive defeat by the Labour Party of the Conservatives at the next election.
All right, Dr. Fletcher, thank you so much for getting us all those insights. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.